the most important thing that I would tell myself, and I would tell a younger teacher now that was starting, is like you just mentioned a second ago, is not to take yourself too serious. It's a very important job, but it's still just a job. If you fail day to day, there's gonna be a sub there for you tomorrow. And I was not able, and I still really regret this more than anything. I was not able to compartmentalize things. I was just obsessed with basketball. And so even when I was at home with my wife and kids, I was there physically, but I wasn't there mentally. And it doesn't make you any more effective. In my mind, that was the only way that you had to really just live it. And it doesn't make you any more effective. And I would want to, and I relate most things to coaching, but I would want to. I wish I would have understood more back then, particularly when I was younger, that, it's your job, it's your really deep passion. But for a lot of them, basketball may be the third or fourth most important thing, just sports related. And it was a game to them. And I didn't do a good job of understanding that for most of my career. But I would tell myself, make sure that when you're away from that gym, you're away from that school, that you're there with your family mentally, not as well as physically, and you're not just sitting there thinking about how to avoid losing another game. And I would just along those lines, I was very fortunate that I worked for a lot of good principals and good superintendents. Most of them were really, really good. And if I was a young teacher or a young coach, and I've told some of them this, and some of them I don't know that it was because of what I told them, but I've told some that were in situations, usually coaching, I'd say, hey, when you get the chance, you need to get out of here. You're going to have trouble being successful, where you are. And I know it's a big passion for you. And, but if you're somewhere, everything starts at the top. So if you're somewhere in, anywhere I was where we had some success, it was more, I attribute it more to obviously the players, which goes back to the parents, and then the administration. If you don't have good administration, it don't matter how good of players you have or whatever else. If they're not going to support you, you can't be successful. You might have a success, have a good year or whatever, but you can't have any success long term without the backing of that principle. And so I would tell, a young teacher or young coach that if you, uh, have, if you're not being supported, the first chance you get, you need to get on.